Alright, so this is Eldritch Song, and I'm back with another Scars of Mirrodin draft. And we actually have another person here today.
Hello, this is Pasta, and we're going to first pick that Swamp.
The Swamp is the best card in the pack, without a doubt. But besides the Swamp, I don't know, what do you see? I don't think we don't have a really good rare, that's for sure. The only other cards that I notice, just looking at it, is Grasp of Darkness, and I guess maybe Exoskeleton.
Yeah, the Grasp is to note, Mamba's to note, the Slicing Twins to note, and the Exoskeleton. And that's a tough first pick. I would say Exoskeleton, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's either that or Grasp.
I mean, Exoskeleton will keep us like color independent for a while, so that might be the pick. I kind of like that one, so let's just go with it and see where we go. And I mean, it's not necessarily like have to be Infect because it's a pretty nasty card. All right, so this pack is a bit more interesting. So we have like the Untamed Might. If we were gonna try to go poison, even though we did pass like I think 2 poison cards, the Mamba and then another one. There's also Glimmer Point Stag, which is super good. Tannis Strike, which is interesting. And a few decent equipment.
Yeah, it's like you said, we passed 2 poison in the first pack. I think the Iron Claw Mirror was the other one. And we're going to be passing poison again this time. So we're definitely going to be putting somebody into poison, I'm thinking. As far as our pick,
I mean, I like the Stag. The Stag's always been pretty good in decks that I've used it in, and white's a pretty good color, I think. But let's see. We are going to pass an Edge Right, which is pretty good. And the 2 like, poison cards here. What do you think? You have like 3 seconds.
Stag, definitely.
Just cutting it close. Alright, so that's not bad. Get a Mirror Smith. Don't see really anything else we would want out of here besides the Mirror Smith, do you?
No, Mirror Smith all the way.
Alright, so just passing a couple of decent artifacts. Maybe another really bad Infect guy. Not much else here, really, so the Mirror Smith is pretty obvious. If we're going to do Mirror Smith, though, we might have to, I mean, depending on what our other picks are, we might want to start picking up more artifacts. Interesting. So, wow. So we got a Shatter, a Mirror, and a Life Staff, and 2 pretty good replicas. Or maybe 1 really good replica and 1, like, it's playable. And plus a Kimba Skyguard.
Yeah, this is a pretty deep pack, actually. I mean, there's something for the next few picks through it. As far as what we go,
I haven't noticed any really good red cards, so I'm not sure that, like, if we were to go into red now, that we'd necessarily be cut off later. Because Shatter, I think, is probably the best card here. But we do have, like, some good options for our deck, like the Mirror, Life Staff. Even the Skyguard would be okay, but not for this pick, I don't think. And I do like red-white.
Shatter's the pick.
And even if we don't go red-white, we can still splash the Shatter pretty easily.
Yeah.
Alright, so I am seeing a Silver Mirror and a Ferivore, I suppose. I think probably the Mirror, actually, just because I'm not sure how relevant like the sacrifice effect would be, if you know what I'm saying. And the Mirror, at least we can use to play, like, be an artifact and power up our cards or play them earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, it would be between the Mirror and the Trigon. But Mirror is the pick.
For, like, the Trigon, like, I don't know, I've tried it a few times, and I think it's pretty good, but I've had a lot of mixed opinions on it. Like, some people will call it unplayable, and some people will just call it, like, I guess just good card draw.
Yeah, sometimes card advantage is card advantage, but ramp is ramp. That trumps in this case.
So there's another Shatter. There's also 2 cards we'd definitely want, I would think. Or at least,
yeah, it's Spellbomb, Shatter, I think.
yeah, the Calling Die is not the pick, but between these two, I would suspect. I don't know. I think the Shatter is probably better, but I'm surprised it went this late, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, Shatter's the pick.
But I don't like passing the Spellbomb, but I'm probably, if we try to, I mean, I think if we're more aggressive the next few packs, we should be able to get some Spellbombs.
These really haven't been exciting packs either.
No. So we have 2 decent blue cards and an okay artifact, I guess, but still, I mean, they're all pretty much all the cards that are good in here are kind of blue. Salvage Scout is another option, I suppose.
I'm looking at the Saber Claw, just with the amount of poison going around.
That's also a good point. We are, yeah, I guess we are kind of playing red. Saberclaw's a good option. Actually, I think I like that better than the other one since we're probably not going to play any blue. We've already got red. That was a good call. I didn't even say that one. All right, so another Saberclaw or a Sun Spear Shikari or a little combat trick.
Well, it's between the Shikari and the Saber Claw.
Yeah.
I'd have to go Shikari.
Yeah, Shikari is pretty good. And Saberclaw, I don't think you want to have too many of those. Plus, it's a pretty common card. I think we could probably get another one if we needed it. But hopefully we'll get some decent equipment and we can use to power up the Shikari. Okay, well, speaking of Shikaris, there's Shikari, and then there's also a Volshark replica.
For me, it'd be Replica.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I really like the replica because it's an artifact and it's direct damage if we need it. Alright, that seems like it's the pick here. I don't see anything else. Alright, so I'm just saying the Aryok Edge right kind of immediately.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that's still there.
Yeah. One thing, though, that if we're going to try to go this one metal craft guy, we do need to make sure we get some more artifacts. I mean, we do have the Mirror Smith, which helps. Alright, so I'm seeing Soliton basically is the only card. I mean, I suppose the Goblin Gavalier kind of. I mean, we don't really have that much equipment right now, so I don't think we should pick that up at this point.
No, and if later on we need a Gavalier, we can get it. Soliton.
Alright. Sounds good. Okay, so here it's between a 3/3 body or an artifact. I'm kind of leaning for the artifact.
Yeah. But some of these picks, what are people drafting? They're be playing 7 poison decks.
I hate playing against poison decks. Alright, so I guess the Echo Circlet, just in case we need more artifacts, but I doubt we're going to play that.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's an equipment too for a Shikari if that's what it comes to.
Yeah, and I don't think any what was I gonna say? I just totally forgot. Oh, any terrain's gonna be melted.
No.
Look, a mountain. I need to like complete my basic land collection.
We might play that mountain.
If we do, we'll just bring it back. Alright, so to me, this is not a bad pack, actually. 2 cards immediately stand out. Chrome Steed and Galvanic Blast kind of jump out at me.
Yeah, though, well, actually, we're going to just have to Windmill Slam the Painful Quandary. But, it sucks that we're going to be passing the range, but it's Chrome Steed or Blast, and, man, that's tough.
I do like the Chrome Steed for an artifact. Works with our deck, but the Galvanic Blast is removal. But I'm definitely not gonna wield the Chrome Steed, so it's one or the other for sure.
I think you gotta go removal.
Yeah, I think so.
That's tough though.
It's depressing, but I don't know. Who knows? What we might get later on. Probably not.
When the first pack went, we're gonna get a Chrome Steed this pack. Everything we were debating over, we got it in the next. Oh damn! Never mind.
I was gonna say 2 consecutive Chrome Steeds, but All right, so to me, Strider Harness, either that or maybe the sensor, but I think probably the harness.
Yeah, harness over sensor. And,
I guess there is a
no,
rest.
wait. Yeah, that's. I think arrest might be the pick.
Yeah, I think so. It's too bad because I want that harness. I've never actually played with it before. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I guess if we're gonna play against poison, we're gonna need the arrests. All right, so some good cards here. Rustic, I like that a lot. A third shatter. Wow, really? And a quarter shield and a mirror. To me, I think we have enough. I don't think we're gonna play 3 shatters. To be honest.
No, shatter. I think is not the pick.
So I think
it's rustic.
Yeah, I definitely like rustic. The other ones are decent, but rustic definitely is the one I lean toward a lot. There's been a lot of removal in these packs.
Yes, there has. The second pack's been pretty deep all around so far.
So, onto the Scrap Melter, Glinthawk.
It's
the Scrap Melter.
No question, 2 for 1.
Yep, I definitely love the Scrap Melter. It is just too bad that we do need a lot. We need to do pretty aggressive with artifact picks if we're gonna do Metalcraft. And we need to get some spell bombs later, but the Oxygen Scrap Melter definitely is by far the better card.
That's first pick material, and with the stag, that's just beauty.
So why don't we get a choice of 2 mirrors in our color, or kind of a mediocre Metalcraft? So I think we're gonna go with one of the mirrors.
Yeah, it's between the 2 mirrors, and I think it's gonna have to be the white.
Yeah. The white one is pretty nice, even though I think this one got a better picture on it. So is that your decision anymore?
What's that?
Knowing that the art on the iron mirror is so much better than the one on the gold mirror.
Oh yeah, the iron mirror is more like the old art, and the old mirror art trumps the new stuff hands down. Except maybe the iron mirror.
We are going to be playing more planes. I'm just going to go with the iron mirror just because I like the art better. It's the only reason. And because I do think just having the extra red source might help us, let us play, the amount of white we need and not get caught here. All right, so I'm seeing an Origin Spell Bomb.
Yep, there's that spell bomb we wanted from the first pack.
Yep. All right, so let's do it.
There hasn't been much poison in this pack.
And
that's good.
I'm perfectly fine with that. All right, so I see another Ariok replica. Celadon Sunchaser.
Ooh, Golem Foundry.
Have you ever used it before?
No. I would steer very clear of that.
That's what I was thinking. But then you're like, ooh, Golem. I'd rather pick the planes over the Golem Foundry because I think we'd use the planes more often.
I think replica is the pick.
Yeah, same here. Somehow I end up just so often in black-red. Or not, white-red. So another Spell Bomb or a Mirror. I guess, I don't think Golem's Warden's that good at this point. I think another Spell Bomb would probably be better.
Yeah, the Spell Bomb. Or you could just rare draft Kungalingus Elemental.
Yeah, like the 5-cent rare.
Yeah, it's Spell Bomb. Golem Warden's nice, but we're Metalcrafting it up.
And the white Spell Bomb's definitely the best Spell Bomb.
Oh, look at Quandary Table.
So it's between the Quandary and maybe a Darksteel Mirror?
Yeah, I think Darksteel Mirror is probably where we want to be.
I don't know, this pain. What does this even do? Whenever an opponent